update time. So this was today's harvest. Lots of okra, some scarlet eggplant, and some eggplant. I'm not sure if they are all good. Some of them have holes on it. I got a new habanero pepper, now my favorite. So let's get into the actual update. I was having issues with this piece of garbage heater. As you guys can see, there's a missing glass here, and the elements are exposed. And what this does is it's turned the water live, which is a huge risk. Not a big deal if you have one of these, an RCD, Residual Current Device, but it is a big problem because it will kill the entire power for the system. So let's say that something or someone closes the circuit between the water and the ground, so there goes the RCD. It trips, cuts all the power, so there's no more water moving, no more fish feeding, and none of these things would be available. So in the worst case scenario, you'll be losing plants, perhaps fish. Not right now, because I can manage things over a distance with the Node MCU, so it's a little bit better, but I could be losing a few plants. So this had to come out. It's a cheap one, of course, from China. I'll be replacing with a better quality one. This was a 300 watt. Right now I got two good quality 200 watt, so 400 watt. I'll be adding perhaps two more, so 800 watt in total, because the winter is coming and I have to prepare for lower temperatures. I also had to move the access point close by, so the communication with the Node MCU could be more stable, and right now is pretty reliable with the access point over there. So let's see the new plants. Oh, by the way, the kale is doing excellent. Small lettuce germinated over the floor here, which is nice. I'm keeping it. Here's my habanero pepper, new plant. Also with the irrigation from the auxiliary valve. Fish are doing great. I will be adding new fingerlings soon. And here it is, my peppers. Some of them are struggling, but I think they will get through this phase. Chili pepper. I'm not sure the name of this one. We call it purple pepper, but they're quite strong. I like that. The rest is also doing good. Some of the lettuce I'll be letting into the seed stage, so I can harvest some seeds and do some seedling on the Dutch buckets like I did in the past. I'll be adding another clip after this one about how I managed the weed problem, which right now I need to get into. So stick around. One more time, I got to get rid of the weed that's growing all around my system. So it's time for this nylon wire trimmer to get in action and to prevent any of the clippings to actually falling down on my aquaponics tank. I covered with a plastic sheet that I had laying around. So let's get to it. So after a while with the wire trimmer, this is how the plastic sheet looks like. It's a lot of clippings that would ended up in the fish tank otherwise if I haven't had the plastic sheet in place. I'm pretty much all done over here, and unfortunately this trimmer is not good for this very long grass. For now it's basically what I want, free access to all the areas around the fish tank. I removed the plastic sheet, as you guys can see, and there's only a few bits of clippings that ended up in the tank. Plastic sheet was over here. There's a lot of clippings there, so I call it a success because the amount of clippings that ended up in the fish tank are nowhere near the amount needed to cause filtration problems, to clog up the pump, and etc.